Looks like action underway here. Fusion Realtors Open, Mike Flanagan, Lee Boudouris, Matt Turek here. Great tournament. We've already seen 4 great players eliminated. And now we are down to Nicholas Krummel versus Brian Crane. Nick gets us started. Boom, strike. Great way to start this match. Brian Crane from Minnesota, wearing the Lynn shirt. Is he a member of Lynn's Lakers, do we know?
Not sure.
Or does he run around with those guys, Lee? Do we know?
I don't know.
Oh, 10-pin for Brian.
Wearing the Tony Reyes patch also. Tribute to the late Tony Reyes, who we lost so tragically recently.
Click that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, Lee. I was supposed to be doing that for you. There we go.
Covers it nicely. Brian Crane here, a friend of Matt McNeil, who made an excellent run at the Masters this week. Be up here on lane 7 in the second frame. What ball is he throwing there? The Marauder?
Yeah, it's the Marauder. I believe they call that the... is that just a regular Marauder? Not the Marauder Madness. That's more of a psychedelic-looking pinwheel-type ball.
It was an excellent shot there by Brian. You know he wants it.
Lee Boudouris doing an excellent job with our scores for us.
Up on lane number 8, Nick Krummel. Throwing the... he looks like he switched balls for this pair. And a nice shot there, all 10 down.
Both guys wearing cool jerseys. Both wearing high five jerseys. We wear Gemini, but those dye supplemented shirts look so great. The winner of this match is going to go on to take on our 4 seed, Rick Volhard. Rick bowled 300 earlier today. The winner of that will go on to take on Mike Peters. And then our 2 seed, Nick Heilman, from that winning USBC Open Championships team. And our number 1 seed, Dwayne Kiltz, who will be sitting for quite a while, folks. As Krummel now opens up with a triple. High scoring affair here, this pattern, 45 feet, 3.6 to 1 ratio. Scoring pace was moderate this week. I wouldn't call it high scoring or low scoring. It was just about perfect.
Here's Brian Crane. Up in the third frame. Coming in light and carrying the 5-pin. Fair shot there by Brian.
Lee, if you had to pick a winner of this match, do you have a favorite, or you call it a dead heat?
I think Krummel was throwing the ball so well against Dave Barris that
yeah, I'm going to agree with you.
I
think Krummel's going to take
the
it.
youngster now.
He did make a ball change for this pair. I can't tell exactly what it is from here. As Brian Crane throws his shot on lane 7. And Messenger kick 10. Nice shot.
Wow, what a nice Messenger there. You know, these are new pins, too. They just put in new pins for the tournament. So carry's been an issue this week, but not much of an issue here as we get early underway in our elimination match. This is technically your 6 versus 5 seed, which it actually played out that way because seeds 7 through 10 had an opportunity to advance, to earn the opportunity.
Oh, man.
To take on our 4 seed, and that is a solid 8-pin for Nick Krummel. Can't really throw it better than that.
That hurt me just sitting here. That was a beautiful shot.
So the way our great game of bowling works, both players have missed once, but Brian Crane now with the upper hand, an 11-pin lead in the match. If he gets up in the 5th and strikes. Max score of 290 for Crane, 279 for Krummel. I love it when the on-screen scoring works out so perfectly.
This is my first chance of doing an event with it. It's pretty neat.
No event is alike here at InsideBowling.com. Is depending on how the format is, we can bring you lots of different cool things. This week, a couple of in-house scoring marquees with updated standings after every game as well for the players. Here's Crummell.
Oh, 10 pin. A little flat there.
As we just talked about, the new pins and pin carry being an issue this week after the players open up with so many strikes, but now we see the carry starting to become an issue after... Really, there should have been no carry issue what happened on lane number 8. Boudouris, being a left-hander, when you go up and smash, run over the rack, a 9-pin, does it make you throw your next shot any differently?
Not really, unless I'm, with the walled conditions that you and I have to bowl on a lot. Sometimes you can pull a shot and it'll just get caught up in the puddle and not move and not drive to carry that 9 out. So maybe just don't grab it at the bottom of the swing. But sometimes you just can't control it, like the one we saw with Tom Hess that cost him the show.
Yeah, Tom Hess missed by 1 pin. He was nice enough to join us here in the booth in our elimination matches. Tom on Brunswick staff on his way back home to visit his wife, Sue.
Nice shot there by Brian Crane.
So Brian Crane now, through 5 frames, taking a bit of a command in this match. A lot of bowling left, though. Both players have hit the pocket every shot. You can ask for nothing more than that. Possible 268 max score for Crummell, 290 for Brian Crane. Take a look and see where he sets up on the approach. Well left on the lane. It's going to slide into the left gutter cap. Extreme deep inside part of the lane, and that deviate.
Shot.
Marauders looking really good here on lanes 7 and 8. Here at Maple Lanes, beautiful bowling center, beautiful sports bar.
Yeah, I like their the floor they got is actually lane service.
This tournament, the Fusion Realtors, lots of great sponsors coming into this event. Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, Cedar Valley Sports Commission, Brunswick, Waterloo Implement, Kingpin Lounge here at Maple Lanes. Oh, 4-9 tripper right there. 4-9 trips out. That is what you call a break. As we saw Crummell last time over on that lane, blower 8-pin, so the carry gods have come back and repaid him for his 8. Other great sponsors this event, Franz Pro Shop and the Budweiser family of beers.
And a great shot there on lane 7.
If you watch both of these players, they both stick their shots. They both stay down at the foul line until the ball gets well down the lane. Some of them, when they post their best shots, actually stay down until the ball hits the pins. That's a great tip for people at home. If you are watching these guys bowl, as you see Crane set up way left on the lane next to the ball return, should drift left in about his 3rd step.
Oh, 10-pin.
Looks like he's kind of spinning it through the fronts a little bit. He knows that was a good shot, especially with the long ball return in his way. Boudouris, if this was a 9-pin no-tap tournament, we'd have a tie match through 7.
But it's not.
Wasting no time at all, confidently picks the 10-pin. That's the way you got to do that.
Oh,
you can't take a long, extended period of time to go up and throw it at 10-pin.
Just get up there and throw it.
You get set, no, not too rushed, just, take the perfect amount of time. After this, we will have a short break in the action as we'll move to lanes 17 and 18 and begin our stepladder final. 17 and 18, 15 and 16, 13 and 14, 11 and 12 will be our championship pair. You're watching lanes 7 and 8 here. Elimination match at the Fusion Realtors. Got that one a little wide.
Yeah, leaving a 2-pin.
Fortunate just to leave it 2. I'm sure if we asked him when that ball was just getting to about the arrows, I'm sure he would say, please, just hit the head pin.
Right.
So easy spare now for Crane. And this has become a match, Boudouris.
That it has.
Crummell with a possible 268. Possible 258 for Brian Crane. We'll see if Crummell takes any time here on lane number 8.
Looks like he got some speed on that one. Oh, great shot. That one looked a little bit harder than the last one. Wonder if he made an adjustment there, or if that's just my eyes playing tricks.
Yeah, Crummel's keeping it tighter. It's more of a fallback.
Uh-huh.
Where Crane is actually circling the lane a little bit and waiting for his ball to make a move off the spot to where Crummel's actually rolling the ball through the pins off the spot.
It looks like Crummel's throwing an IQ Tour Solid, if I got that right. Not positive, though.
Can't see the logo.
No, it's real hard, but I saw it when it was coming out of the return there.
Looks like he got a little more hand in that one.
There's the 10. So this really is a match, guys. See what Brian Crane can do here up in the 9th frame.
That's way left. Oh, but it held. He knew it too. Yeah, it was either way left or it was right where he was looking, and the last couple of shots have been sprayed right. I mean, we just saw him leave the 2-pin on the left lane. That shot there, more on line, much further left of direction. That is targeting in the front part of the lane. Brian Crane now will finish first in this match.
Finish for 258, which would make Crummel throw the first 2.
Great match.
Oh, leaves a soft 7.
So a possible 237 for Crane. Lee, you're the mathematician here. What's it going to look like for Crummel?
Well, if he goes spare strike, Crummel can go 9 spare. We'll put him at 9 spare strikes, 247. So we'll just need a mark.
Important here, though, for Crane to fill this up.
Right.
Yeah, really make sure you put the pressure on Crummel.
So it was Crane leaving a 10-pin in the first, then a 5-bagger, another 10, a light 2-pin, fortunate just to leave the 2, and now a light shaker 7. But all shots on this 3.6 to 1 oil ratio, 45-foot pattern on this HPL surface. Pretty well bowled game by Brian Crane.
And a nice shot to finish the match.
Of course, they all fall on the fill, so Nick Crummel now is going to step up and get a mark, as Lee Boudouris has said.
I don't think that should be a problem for him. He's been hitting the pocket great all game.
I like the retro masking units here, too, the old school AMF retro masking units.
Yeah, and they actually work, too. Like the lights show you what pins are on. That's impressive for being so old.
So Crummel looking for a mark. Looks like he got it a little right.
Oh, that's pickable.
All right, 6-10.
It's going to come down to this shot.
So he has to pick it, right, Lee?
Yep.
Yeah, and in this situation, you never know.
Yeah. It's going to come down to this shot right here.
I mean, if you look at quality shots throughout the game, that's the first errant shot that we've seen Nick make. Should be an easy spare for him. Easy cover here, 6-10, cross lane, good speed. He's got it.
And he's got it.
3 pins.
Needs 3 pins, 1 ball, Lee Boudouris. I don't think that...
Keep it on the lane, stay behind the foul line, try and hit the head pin. Hard and straight. All right, try to throw a normal shot.
All right, so it's Nick Crummel, 236. 246 over Brian Crane's 238 in our elimination match here. Nick is going to go on to face our number 4 seed, Rick Volhard. Okay, so Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek, Lee Boudouris here on the call. We're here at the Fusion Realtors. It's a stepladder finals. It's really our first match as we've moved down to lanes 17 and 18. We're going to see Rick Volhard take on Rick Crummel. We saw Rick Crummel.
Nick Crummel.
Nick Crummel. We're going to see him take on Nick Crummel, and Nick Crummel just defeated Brian Crane in our match prior to this. So we're going to head on down to the lanes now. The guys look like they're ready to go. We're going to head down to lanes 17 and 18. Nick gets us started here at the Fusion Realtors with a strike. No surprise. Rick Volhard bowled 300 today. University of Nebraska standout. Columbia 300 staffer. Take a look and see how Rick sets up here on the lanes.
Oh, nice carry there.
Trips out the 4-9. The Kingpin Bar and Grill is a great establishment here, and it's a nice sign you see in the background there, Matt.
Yeah, it is nice. It lined up perfect almost.
And there's a Daytona 500 or Daytona USA video game there in the background that you see as well. I wanted to try to play that game while I was here, and we just haven't had time yet. Maybe after the match. Rick up second frame, looking for a double.
Nice ball there.
Great shot by Rick. Nick Crummell. Oh yes, Boudouris, we will play the Daytona USA game. The Daytona 500 happening right now live in Kingpin Bar and Grill, but right now it's bowling.
Coming a little high, get a lucky break there at the end. Leaving the 6-pin.
Waterloo, Iowa, Fusion Realtors. Lots of added money in this event. We've been covering it all weekend. Hours upon hours of coverage. Special thanks to the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau for putting a high top prize into this tournament. But all of that money actually divided. First place $3,000 today. Second place will take home $2,300. Third, $1,800. Fourth place, $1,500. Loser of this match will take home $1,250. Not too shabby for a $120 entry fee.
Not at all. That's a great, great payout. Be a great weekend of bowling for both these competitors. Coming a little high there for Nick.
Players have had about a 15-minute break while we set our cameras up. Nick was down on lane 7 and 8 for his last match. Was able to get past Brian Crane. Bowled 246, Lee?
I don't remember.
246. It's 240 to 230.
Nice spare there by Nick.
So now Volhard, an opportunity here. If Rick could double here. He could take a commanding lead here in the match. He's got a good style. You can tell he went to the University of Nebraska. Comes in a little light for the 2-4. Out of trouble, though. We're not seeing him go through the face. Possibility of leaving a split or anything. Fortunate not to leave the bucket.
Yeah, he kind of tripped that out there at the end a little bit.
Pink gutters. Orange ball returns. The old AMF style. I keep feeling like I'm watching Chris Barnes with that jersey design.
Chris Barnes has hair.
Playing extremely deep.
There's a nice shot.
That ball holds off and he knows it. He's like, thank you very much. Rick's going to have a seat now and see what Nick Crummell can do. So Volhard not perfect through 4. It's going to make Nick breathe a little bit easier. Did I hear the ball thump over some holes down lane, Boudouris?
That's just the echo, I believe.
It sounded like the ball was thumping over some holes. Rob Galchol bowled this event. Finished well, saying goodbye up here in the booth to us. Safe travels to Rob. Converts to 2. Other great sponsors of this event, the Cedar Valley Sports Commission, Brunswick, Waterloo Implement, Kingpin Lounge, Fran's Pro Shop, the Budweiser family of beers here bringing this event to you. Matt Turek, here's a good look at the style of Nick Krummel.
Yeah, I've liked his style. I've liked his game all weekend long. He's bowled great. Throws the ball great.
Well, then maybe there'll be a great shot right here. Let's see. Notice how he sticks the shot again. White belt, too. You see that creeping up in the back
that's
there.
that 11 pins on his average.
But he stayed down until the ball hits the pin.
That's good balance and good timing. That's important. Something that I don't have. I've been really trying to work on myself.
Now here's Rick Fullhard.
Coming a little high, 6'10".
That's the first shot we've seen Fullhard go high.
First match was 246 to 238.
Krummel over Crane. So now Rick Fullhard. Players are clean through 5. No surprise with this 45-foot lane pattern with a 3.6 to 1 ratio this week. The cream rises to the top, and great spare shooters are going to make their way into our stepladder final. So no surprise there. Fullhard looks like he moved a little deeper. He might just have his feet a little too far left as he leaves.
Looks like the 2-4.
Which he had already left in the third frame previous. So Rick maybe a little amped up, maybe throwing his ball a little too hard. The ball's getting squirting past the spot. But easy makeable spares. Nick Krummel's going to have a chance to go up and throw strikes in the 6th and the 7th and take the lead in this match. No problem for Rick. Which jersey do you like better, Matt?
I kind of like that World jersey, that Columbia. Nice ball there by Nick Krummel.
Telling you, I'm hearing some thumping on those holes. Notice we have an invisible lane cam operator on lane number 19. You can't see him, but the tripod is there. Leave $1 in the tip jar, everyone. We're happy to be bringing you this coverage here. The Fusion Realtors Open. I'm Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek, Lee Boudouris. Lee logging all the scores for you on the screen down below, which is a very nice touch that we have here at Inside Bowling.
It is.
We want to welcome in all of our viewers that we have watching here today. We've had great viewership all weekend. We know everybody at home is rooting for their favorite.
Nick really needs a shot, and he carries.
Yeah, and I heard it again. That ball is thumping some holes down lane. Don't know if it's the thumb or if it's a weight hole or what, but interesting to still see that ball hit.
And Rick coming a little high, leaving a 3-pin.
I wouldn't want to run into Rick Fullhard in a dark alley. He just looks like somebody you don't want to mess with. But he is very kind-hearted and very fun-loving individual. I got to spend a little bit of time with Rick last night. Very personable guy.
And a good conversion there for Rick. So 125 in the 6th there on a spare in the 7th. for Rick there. He's up in the 8th on the left lane, lane 17. Nick Crummell working on a turkey.
About a 11-pin, 12-pin match here.
Yeah, depending on what Nick does here in the 8th. Assuming that Rick strikes. Comes a little light, gets the good carry.
Yeah, we saw him leave the 2-4 twice. That's a much better shot by Rick. It's the light swisher strike.
There's a good look at Nick Crummell there as he cleans his ball, gets some air, checks the score, and gets ready for a shot. Coming a little light, tripping out some parts of the bucket there. Looks like a 2-5. See if he can convert this spare here. He's got 153 in the 7th if he converts this spare. Keeping the match close. And he converts. Nice shot. Nick getting up here in the 9th frame.
And as a fan of bowling and calling the action, I love this view.
Sticks the shot and gets the carry. Good shot there by Nick.
The color combination on this jersey is very similar to Terrell Owens' Dallas Strikers PBA League Team jerseys.
Is that so?
And you know, T.O. actually got to pick the colors of the jerseys for his franchise, and that's what he chose. So maybe sometime down the road, Nick Crummell will be on that Dallas Strikers team. He's already ready.
Here you see Rick getting up there, bowling quick. Ball's on the lane. Great shot there by Rick.
Great shot, Rick.
Mike Flanagan, we have the possibility of a tie.
That's right. Our statistician this week, Boudouris, here in the booth.
Both players can strike out for 235.
That's what we want, is a little more overtime here at Maple Lanes.
As Rick gets up on the approach here for the 10th frame, he will get to finish first. This is the first ball in the 10th. He's working on a double. Coming in nice and tight and carries. That was a great shot by Rick. He needed that and wanted it and got it.
Rick has been here many, many times. He talked to me and told me that he makes upwards of 5 figures each year throwing the bowling ball.
Wow. In amateur events?
Yep, he gets around, and that's pretty close to what he does. He has a great USBC Open Championships team that he competes with. He bowls with Derek Oaf, led by Derek Oaf, his good friend Adam Cardwell. Tim Barrett from St. Louis actually bowls with that group. Chad Oakes and John Asbeatty, Deandra Asbeatty's husband. And you see a little emotion and fire now.
Yeah, he wanted that one and needed it.
That's going to force Nick Crummell to go up and at least throw 2 strikes. But
yeah.
Phil, very important, right, Lee?
Correct.
Because
if he doesn't strike, he can be beat.
That's right. So exciting match here in our opening match of the traditional stepladder. The winner of this match is going to go on to take on Mike Peters. And the winner of that match will go on to take on Nick Heilman and the tournament leader, Dwayne Kiltz.
Needs a shot. Oh, 10-pin. Oh, man.
He knows it, too. Looks
that
like
sets up for some drama.
Looks like he just got shot there almost.
Yeah, that really sets the stage for some drama here.
I'll take my chances with a double 9, though, guys.
Yeah, Nick Crummell needs all 3 to win by 1 pin.
The young Nick Crummell. Probably going to take plenty of time here.
We'll switch and look as he gets some air. Steps up onto the approach. Picking out his target. Clearing his head.
$250 on the line between 4th and 5th place. 5th taking home $1,250.
Ball's on the lane. And he gets the good carry.
Wow, the 4-5-7
Got
falls
lucky
out
there.
late. This tough lane condition, 45-foot pattern, it's tough to get the ball to finish down lane with so much friction in the front part of the lane. You have to be nice to it through your release, but still have enough hand and the correct ball to be able to corner down lane and be able to carry. So we will see after that shot there. We'll see if Nick makes an adjustment or if he just throws it the exact same way and hopes for the best.
Needs this one. Needs all the next two for a win and an advancement.
I'm with Lee. I think we got a tie here. I think he gets this one and then 9. Just my intuition.
Looks like good. Oh, that was flush.
Wow, you can't throw it better than that.
Oh,
Very
man.
similar to Pete Weber, the 69th U.S. Open, needing that strike there. And that was as good a shot as we've seen Nick make so far.
Yep, he needs all 10 here, though.
Maybe he'll give us a little, who do you think you are? I am Nick Krummel after this shot. Or not.
Yeah, get some air.
It's not for the title.
Stepping up onto the approach.
Rick knew it, too, that he's going to need them all.
He needs all 10 here, guys. Sticks the shot. Looking good. And he gets
Got it. 235 to 234.
Wow.
What a great match. Nick Krummel defeats Rick Volhard. Okay, here we are at the Fusion Realtors Open. It's Nick Krummel coming up in this match against Mike Peters. Mike Peters is your 3 seed. Nick has been running the stepladder thus far. Nick, 19 years old, goes to the University of Wisconsin Whitewater. It's the Fusion Realtors here. It's our second event that we've done with the Fusion Realtors. We saw Derek Sapp win the last one. Today it's either going to be Mike Peters, this young man, Nick Krummel, or it could be Nick Heilman or Dwayne Kiltz, as we have 2 more matches coming up.
And Nick starts out with a strike there.
Mike Peters out of Coal Valley, Illinois. Mike's 43 years old, bowling against 19-year-old Nick.
And he does not waste any time. Look how deep he is. Oh, flat 10.
Went down and talked to the 2 players before this match. Both using bowling balls made out of the state of Utah. Mike Peters using the Roto Grip Record today. And you were right in the last match when you said, Matt Turek, that you believe that Nick was using an IQ Tour Solid, and that is exactly what he's using today. He has not switched balls, as he likes his look.
Well, he threw his Versamax in the first elimination match. He switched for the second when he moved over to 5 and 7 and 8. There's a nice shot there by Mike Peters.
Mike Peters bowls a lot of events with Jeff Carter. Anytime Jeff Carter is willing to have you on your team, you're certainly going to be well respected by everybody else.
Come on.
Nick going to the University of Wisconsin Whitewater. He is 19 years old, as we mentioned. He wanted to give a shout out to Ashley Bell, who may be watching at home.
Oh, gets that lucky carry there.
The 5 was standing late. I've been impressed with this guy.
He really throws the ball good.
Cool, calm, collected.
Every shot is stuck perfectly. His balance and timing is almost perfect. Playing the lane's great. Making good ball moves.
I got to believe Peters is your favorite in this match.
Coming in a little light, leaving a soft 7.
That's going to be the pattern in the trend in the pattern of this match, because not only this match but the other matches is when the players do miss, it's normally a light hit if they're lined up correctly. If they're not lined up correctly, you're going to see them go through the face on errant shots. As we saw Tom Hess earlier in qualifying, who participated in this event and just missed making the top 10. He finished 11th, just 1 pin out. We saw him earlier having a case of the tugs, and it was not very good for him. It was 6, 7, 8 counts. So to see the players go a little bit light with the front part of the lane being eaten up with surface, and down lane with the 45-foot pattern, a flatter pattern with oil down lane, you're definitely going to see the players come in light when they're lined up correctly. Now back over to Peters, looking for a double.
Oh, getting a late carry.
Almost identical to the shot that we saw by Nick on that lane. Mike Peters also He's got 21 Greater Iowa Bowling Association titles. 21, guys.
That's a lot.
If there were a major for the Greater Iowas, it would be the Fusion Realtors tournaments, as Joe Engelkeys and his great family run these events. So efficient, so great to work with.
Oh, there's a good ball. Kind of reminds me of Bob Bowler back in St. Louis, the way he comes off of his ball there.
Bob Bowler, referenced by Matt Turek.
That's probably a name some of you guys haven't heard in a while.
Probably most nobody has heard of Bob Bowler. Although that is one of my favorite names in the bowling world. Now back over to Crummell.
Coming in light, leaving an 8-pin.
He's been doing work. You can see his shirt is untucked. It's because he's been working hard out there. Notice he does have a towel. He's wiping his ball after each shot. There's a lot of young guys these days that don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Part of the pre-shot routine, very important.
Good spare.
So through 4 frames, still a lot of score left. 290 max score for Mike Peters. Nick Crummell can still shoot 268.
Here we get a good look of him toweling his ball off.
And Fran's Pro Shop. You can look in that Pro Shop right now and you can see neon lights. They have neon lights for every ball company in there. It's one of the most beautiful Pro Shops I've ever seen, and they're a very proud sponsor of this event. Hats off to Fran's Pro Shop for being a sponsor.
Look how he sticks that shot. Great shot there by Nick.
Nick, a solid bowler. Mike Peters as well. In 2013, Mike Peters became a Hall of Famer in the great state of Iowa. A lot of credentials, a lot of matches, a lot of bowling over his career. Still getting it done.
Got the carry there.
At the early age of 43. He's quite comfortable on this pair. But don't get too used to it, Mike. If you do advance, you'll be going to lanes 13 and 14 for your semifinal match and on to 11 and 12 for a final match. But you're going to have to get past Nick Heilman.
First, he's got to get past Nick Crummell.
2 Nicks and a Dwayne is what it's going to take to try to win this Fusion Realtors. 3,000 on top.
Oh. Got that carry.
He's lined up properly.
Yeah, he's got that carry going on. It's going to make it hard here for Nick. Nick's going to need this one and all of them, really, to keep it close.
Rick Volhard was your 5th place finisher. He received $1,250. The loser of this match will receive $1,500. 3rd place pays $1,800, and 2nd, a cool $2,300. And as we said earlier, the winner of this Fusion Realtors Open received $3,000. It was a full field this week too, Matt.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Lots and lots of bowlers, lots of talent, lots of scores. Great shot there by Nick.
Uh,
10 pin there.
Little weak there, a little behind the head pin. So Lee Boudouris, what do you see on the scoreboard here? Does Crummell have any shot in this match? Is it going to take an open?
Probably going to take 2 opens. Crummell's only got, let's watch his spare attempt. Covers that. So he's got 247 off the page, and Mike Peters still has 290.
Here's the quick pace of Mike Peters. Great shot there.
Mike Peters is on fire. And Matt Turek, what is coming up if he were to strike on this particular frame?
The ham and turkey dinner.
Yeah, ham turkey dinner coming up. That's the ham bone plus the turkey. We call it the ham turkey dinner. Thank you, Jeff Goodger, for that suggestion. Look at that wrecker.
Oh.
He stepped out of that shot a little bit quicker than the other shots, getting pretty comfortable on this pair.
That's usually how it happens when you go up there and leave some count.
Good thing, though, that he didn't get soft with it or get lazy or lackadaisical, because he could be looking at a Greek church right through the face. Fortunate, just a 7-pin, going through the motions, not getting in too much trouble here. So 247 max score now for Crummell, 269 max score for Mike Peters. So Crummell is going to need to throw strikes in the 8th and the 9th and hope for a miracle against Mike Peters.
Awesome shot there. Nick gets some air. Steps on the approach.
Ten back for Nick. So he did exactly what he needed to do. He's still got 247 left. He's going to take a seat and hope and pray Mike Peters can find disaster in the 9th and 10th frames. And it doesn't need to be that much disaster. A 4-9-7-10 would do it. Not wishing any bad luck amongst Mike by any means, but Mike says, Mike Flanagan, not a chance. Not a chance today, pal. So if he were to spare a strike in the 10th frame, it would be 249, and he would.
A mark and just a spare and 9 would put him at 248, which is enough. That's a winner.
WWCD, winner, chicken dinner for Mike Peters. He's going to advance. He's going to take on Nick Heilman in the next match. Nick Heilman out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Great week for Nick Crummell from the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. 19 years old. He'll be back at many more Fusion Realtors. We'll see what he finishes out with here. A look ahead to the next match, Nick Heilman, member of that USBC Team Championship team in 2012. He's also got a PBA regional title under his belt, multiple 300s and 800s. We'll get to know him a little bit coming up in the next match. So Nick Crummell's going to finish 4th, and Nick Crummell is going to receive $1,500 in his SMART Scholarship Fund, as he is still a youth bowler competing against these adults. Getting some great experience out here on the lanes. So 269 for Mike Peters as we wrap up this 5 versus 4 match. 3 versus 4 match, pardon me. And we'll be right back here live from Waterloo, Iowa at Maple Lanes, the Fusion Realtors Open. We'll be coming up with the next match, Mike Peters versus Nick Heilman. Mike Flanagan here, Matt Turek, Lee Boudouris on the call. Fusion Realtors 2013 Maple Lanes. Nick Heilman, your 2 seed, taking on Mike Peters, the 3 seed.
That's an awesome shot there.
Starts it out with a strike. Nick Heilman, we'll get to know that young man throughout the match. But right now it's 43-year-old Mike Peters from Coal Valley, Illinois.
Coming a little light.
Leaves the 2. In the right part of the lane, though, with the right ball reaction. Mike's just going to have to make, 90 to 95% great shots. And if he can do that, he'll be able to bowl another good score.
Mike, Coal Valley is just south of Moline, near the Quad Cities.
Yeah,
So about 10 minutes from Iowa.
Going on a question in the chat there. There is open play on either side of the house right now, and they are oiling for lanes, so you're picking up the sound of the lane machine.
Plenty of lanes in between, though. No worries there. As we see 2-pin, 2-pin. Could this pair be tighter?
Yeah, they still have almost 2 full matches to bowl here, and the league, I understand, starts at 5 o'clock. Awesome shot there.
Heilman looks good out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, 30 years old. Got his first USBC Eagle last year in the team championships. His team actually led, and they led early on, actually. They shot a score, not a very high score compared to other winning scores recently, in recent years, but it held up the entire time. He also is he also has won a PBA regional title in Dubuque in 2010.
Oh, that was real high. Really high. I'm surprised that got that 7 out. That fell pretty late.
In his first 7 games of qualifying today, Heilman averaged 230.4. In the second round, he averaged 232.5 for a 231.4 average. Now, Mike Peters up in the third, looking to get his first strike, get something going.
He got it there.
Now, back to Mike Peters as well. Mike Peters, he has a Greater Ozark Singles and All Events Championship to his belt. He's got a great record. The USBC in 1991 in Toledo, he shot 300 and 800 in singles and finished in 6th position.
It's very impressive.
And you said he's also an Eagle winner?
He is. He's part of the team championship team in 2005 at USBC. So now we see him. He's left 3 2-pins and a strike. What would be the adjustment you would make, Matt Turek, if you were to leave a 2-pin?
Coming in light?
Yeah.
I would, I'd move a board or 2 right. Probably 1 board on this condition. And make sure I didn't pull it. Make sure I hit my target. I don't think I would change my my speed or my hand position at all.
Once again, we talked about the players being sharply dressed today. All Gemini or High Five jerseys, dye supplemented jerseys thus far.
Week 10 there.
I like his ball reaction better than Peters right now. Peters, when he makes that same identical shot that Nick just made, leaves a 2-pin. Nick gets a 9 count. But most of his shots have been dead flush for strikes. I think this one's gonna come down to the 10th frame, boys. I just have a feeling, like the Black Eyed Peas would say. Zach Bajorner from Fusion Realtors, also involved with the bowling center here in the pro shop, stopping by, shaking our hands. Always a pleasure to come here. Zach, I truly mean this when I feel like coming to Iowa is almost like feeling like coming to a second home. We feel that good about coming here. Everybody is so nice here.
strike. There's a
Another fine shot.
birthday party on the low end. They're
I
singing
can
Happy
hear it, I know,
Birthday.
yeah.
I heard it through the microphone.
Zach, you going to be around for a little while, or are you leaving soon? You rolling out? All right, bud.
There's
You got it.
Mike Peters with another strike.
Sorry, guys. Anytime the Fusion Realtors owner and part proprietor of the bowling center stops by, I have to talk to that gentleman, and he wanted to pass something along to everyone at home. Next year there will be 2 more Fusion Realtors again.
Oh, wow.
Same deal, and you can get your entries in. If you want to bowl this tournament, you want to get on that list early, as it is first come, first serve. Joe Engelkeys and his staff do such a great job here.
Five pin.
Well, Mike, being part of the Storm staff, probably needs Del Ballard or Chris Schlimmer here to help him pick out a different bowling ball. Moving pairs adds a really interesting element to this tournament, as this ball is just not quite finishing. It's squirting a little more through the fronts than on the last pair, and he's not able to get that ball into the 1-3. So Nick Heilman in control of this match. If he can go up and get a double here in the 6th, he'll take about a 30-pin lead here in the match.
Awesome ball.
The difference between the 2 ball reactions is Nick's getting his ball to read the mid lane and then set nicely into the pocket, where Mike Peters is going more left to right fallback and isn't able to get the ball to face up the 1-3. So Mike Peters might want to reach into his bag and either stay where he is and ball up, but give it a little room to the right and a little time to recover, maybe a little hand position change, or move right and tighten his ankle. But right now it's Heilman. He looks pretty good right now.
Yeah, he's got that speed locked down, man.
He is throwing the Mean Streak Brawler.
He's actually got 2 of them on the rack, Mike, but he's been throwing the same one the whole time.
Member of Team Brunswick.
Fine shot by Mike.
Now Mike all of a sudden now says, I got this thing figured out. A little head scratcher here. And he's like, I should have made the move sooner maybe.
He's yet to strike on this left lane. A 2, a 2, and a 5.
Looks like he,
All changed.
yeah, he's going to the bag.
Now we kind of predicted this might happen.
Oh, looks like he pulled that left to target. Coming in through the face with the 610 there. Got a nice view here of the match, thanks to our extraordinaire Mike Flanagan, which we will show you later. Maybe never. Who knows?
No, that camera's set up. I want to interview Mike at the end of this match. And I'm just getting it set up for an interview before the final match.
Great shot.
Nick Heilman can shoot 279 if he can throw the last 4 here. A bit of a landslide in this match. Mike Peters, though, great week by Mike. You don't win 21 Greater Iowa Bowler Association titles without being a good bowler, and Mike will be back on another day. Only one can win. To finish 3rd in this event is very, very solid. Remember, 3rd place receives $1,800, 2nd $2,300, and 1st place $3,000 for just a $120 entry fee. Lee Boudouris, I've seen tournaments that pay out $3,000 for a $250 to $300 entry fee.
Yep.
So a low tournament entry fee, a great prize list, and great sponsors.
It's all about the added money.
As Nick covers his 10-pin. Mike steps up here in the 9th on lane 14.
Match all but over. Now it is.
So it'll be interesting to see here what happens in our championship match, as Dwayne Kiltz has been sitting for well over an hour.
He's been throwing some practice balls, trying to stay loose.
He's going to be the first person we've seen in a non-dye supplemented jersey.
Hey, how about this? No lefties. I just realized.
Yeah, no lefties.
There's been no lefties.
Matt McNeil, your defending champion, will not defend, as he's been at the USBC Masters all week. Mike happy to get the strike there.
That looked like a great shot, but leaving a 10-pin wrap. I guess that's those new pins they put in here, Mike.
Yep, new pins this week. So they're fast tracking along now. Mike Peters is going to take home $1,800 for finishing third. Not bad for a 43-year-old. Look out senior tour in 7 years. The PBA 50 Tour, I'm sure Mike Peters will go out and compete in both some senior regionals. A long way off from that. He's got a lot to do still in his junior career, but looking forward to seeing him have all the success in whatever it is he bowls, as Nick just gets out of the way there. 236 to 196 is your final. Nick Heilman defeats Mike Peters here, Maple Lanes, Waterloo, Iowa. We'll be back with your championship match on lanes 11 and 12. We're almost done, boys. Hey guys, I'm here with third place finisher Mike Peters. 21 Greater Iowa titles. I was looking at your bio sheet. 43 years old, too, bowling a 19-year-old in the first match, a 30-year-old in the second match. Age obviously not a factor. What happened when you came over to that new pair of lanes? We saw you with the wrecker. You had a good look, and then all of a sudden two pin. Talk about your match a little bit.
The right lane was pretty much like the first pair I bowled on. The left lane, a little too much push down lane, and I switched to an IQ in my 8th frame, pulled at an arrow, which wasn't good, and then finally made a good shot in the 10th, but the left blade just got me.
Yeah, did you ball up later? We saw you reach for another ball.
Just went to the IQ, and the 8th frame is the only thing I did.
Okay, so it was the IQ.
Ball up, yes.
Okay. So you came to this tournament, obviously. First place is $3,000, but it's a very meaty prize fund. So you took home $1,800. What do you have to say for yourself this weekend in a field with 180 bowlers?
I'm happy with the way I bowled. I mean, I'd have taken third, leaving the house on Friday. So third place finish, that's good, especially with the prize fund and the great job that Joe does.
They do an amazing job. They give you all our updates throughout the matches, and they get it all up right away. What a great crew. How far away is home for you?
It's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
So this is your territory up here.
Close, not that far of a drive.
I've seen Mike bowl a lot of stuff back home in St. Louis. He makes a drive down. We mentioned that he's friends with Jeff Carter. Obviously, you throw Storm and Roto Grip equipment. Would you like to thank anybody back home?
Twister's Pro Shop. Scotty Woolen drills all my stuff, puts good stuff in my hands. Storm and Roto Grip, that's all the stuff that I throw, and TurboTech also.
Okay, Mike. Well, congratulations on a third-place finish, and have a safe trip home. We'll be seeing you soon out on the lane.
All right, Matt Turek here with alongside Boudouris. We are getting ready for the final match here at the 2013 Fusion Realtors Open.
Hey, Mike Flanagan here. Championship match coming up. Obviously, it's going to be a great match. We're looking forward to it. We had 180 bowlers bowl in this field, and we're down to these two guys right here. Let's talk to Nick Heilman. He's won his last match against Mike Peters. Mike Peters was on fire. Nick, what do you think it's going to take to win as you guys move over to lanes 11 and 12?
I think it's just going to depend on how the lanes kind of transition. I think it's going to be more kind of staying out of your own way and staying out of trouble and just putting together a clean game.
You bowled really well in the last match. You had a really clear, good look to the pins as opposed to Mike.
open and a 10th really didn't matter. Are you going to make any ball changes or use the same ball that you used in the last match?
No, we're going to stick with the same Brunswick Mean Streak Brawler. It looks fairly good in practice. They seem a little bit drier than the last pair, but I think it's still the best look I have right now.
All right, well, good luck to you, Nick. We're looking forward to watching you bowl this match. Now, tournament leader Dwayne Kiltz from this area up here. He's competed out on the PBA regional tour. He's had some success. Top seed. You've been sitting for a while. Does that come into play at all?
Well, I'm tight. It's been a long time sitting there. I had to loosen up for a couple games.
What do you think it's going to take? What's the key to victory for you today to be able to take down Nick?
Just make good shots.
What equipment are you going to use today?
I got my Victory Road Solid. If that goes away, I got my wrench.
Victory Road Solid, wrench. Good luck to you, Dwayne. We're pulling for you. Top seed. Go get them. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mike. Competitors, this is the championship match for these two competitors. Taking place on 11 and 12 at beautiful Maple Lanes. This is the 2013 Fusion Realtors Open. Matt Turek alongside Lee Boudouris and extraordinaire Mike Flanagan. Mike's back with us.
Dwayne looks extremely worn out, tired down there in that interview. Nick looks fired up, ready to go. He wants this title. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Frame number 1, championship match. Nick's going to start and finish the match.
As Nick leaves a 4-pin there. He's going to convert a spare.
Flagged it.
Oh my goodness.
Did.
Kiltz has got to be licking his chops. Unbelievable. Hey, little side note, too. Jennifer Engelkiss came over and let us know that there is a side pot in these tournaments. And whenever Joe runs his events, it's a bet you win $10 optional side pot. There's $720 in this thing. Dwayne Kiltz is in. Nick Heilman is not. If Dwayne wins the tournament, it's additional $720. Oh, 5-7.
What is going on?
That's a sour ball reaction right there, folks. Keep in mind, though, he can pick it and take a lead in the match. So this $720 bet you win pot, Nick Heilman, if he does not, or he is not in, so if he wins the tournament, it's going to carry over to the next Greater Iowa Bowling Tournament. Actually, the next Fusion. It's going to roll into the next Fusion. Kiltz matches the ball return, wearing orange. So, Lee Boudouris, go ahead. You can let us know. Possibility of a tie.
Through one frame.
Dwayne Kiltz here from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 33 years old. He's finished second 3 times in the PBA regionals. He's won 4 Greater Iowa Bowling Association tournaments.
Coming a little high there, leaving a 6-pin.
So light high, maybe a little jitters. We talked to him before the match. He said that he is tight. $3,000 for the winner, $2,300 for second place.
Hard and straight of that spare.
That was almost Oscu Palermo-like. With the speed, throwing at the single pin spare. Now Nick Heilman trying to get up here and shake off that flag of the 4-pin.
Coming in high.
You know, we saw it with Mike Peters. Bowled a great game, moved to the pair to the left, struggled with his ball reaction. And now the same thing happening to Nick Heilman is we have to move cameras every pair, and they have to move their ball reaction every game.
Heilman up in the third.
Coming a little light, leaving a 7-pin.
Yep. There we go.
Nice spare there.
So we don't have a strike yet in our championship match.
How about that?
Folks in the chat, who do you think is going to take this title, Dwayne Kiltz or Nick Heilman? We want to hear from you. We want to thank all of our viewers this weekend watching live online on InsideBowling.com. Dwayne Kiltz now up in the third frame.
There's a
Cross
strike.
it over.
Lee, you've been watching 11 and 12 all weekend, as that's been your pair right in front of you. Anything particular going on this pair that you're seeing now that is different from all week?
Low scores all weekend. We've had our feature pairs, 5 and 6, 13 and 14, plenty of high scores. We saw people make moves on 7 and 8, but 9, 10, 11, and 12 played tight all weekend. Pretty good shot there.
That's the best shot he's made this match. And
Got lucky taking that 9 out.
yep, either way, I call 4 pins like that justice, because you could have left a 4-9, you could have struck. That's kind of right in between. That's about what kind of quality shot that was. That was a 4-pin. You see Fran's Pro Shop in the background there. Great sponsor of this event. Fusion Realtors up in the corner. Want to thank the great sponsors adding all this prize money, making it such a great event. Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Cedar Valley Sports Commission, Brunswick, Waterloo Implement, the Kingpin Lounge here at Maple Lanes, and, of course, the Budweiser family of beers. So here's Heilman now up in the fourth, working on a spare.
Awesome shot there.
He says he has 2 of these Mean Streak Brawlers. It's interesting. Don't know if he switched or not on that ball, or if he just made a better shot. You know, it is a championship match live on Inside Bowling, so little jitters maybe in both of these players. We didn't see it in the last match, though, from Heilman.
Well, Mike, the one that's been sitting on the rack is Drilled Rico. And this one is not. Pin up.
Another fine shot.
So there's a double. Nick Heilman now getting lined in. Dwayne Kiltz is going to have to get it going. He went Brooklyn for a strike on his last frame on this lane. Nice shot, Dwayne Kiltz. Good for you. Going to make it a match for everybody at home. He just looked more comfortable on that shot.
Yeah, he really did.
Dwayne in his first 7 games averaged 237. In his second round, he averaged 231.5. He is your top seed, 234.5 average through 13 games. Big double right there. We got our match. Nine-pin match, Lee Boudouris?
That is correct.
Nick Heilman with the 9-pin advantage. Working on a double, looking for 3 in a row. 6th frame.
Oh. It's lucky
Now,
to get the 8 out on that
yeah,
shot.
I was going to say the same thing. Almost a 8-10 with this 45-foot lane pattern. 30 milliliters of oil on this HPL surface. 3.66 to 1 ratio of oil. Players have told us all week that as you play the lanes, the front part of the lane burns up and the oil, down lane is still there. So the ball is tougher to get to corner without hitting up on it. But if you hit up on it, you run the tendency of going high. So
Textbook spare there for Nick, choosing not to go to a spare ball. Don't forget InsideBowling.com. We bring you live events all the time throughout the year. Check our calendar on the homepage of InsideBowling.com to find out when we have our next live broadcast.
Another 10-pin.
Little different way that time, though. Ball finishes strong, reads the mid lane. Thank God it laid off a little bit down lane. So now Heilman, if he converts, will have a 226 max score possible. Kiltz can still shoot 249 if he takes it all the way. A lot of game left. Inside out arm swing. Oh, what a great, unbelievable shot right there. This is not the same guy that opened the match.
No, not at all. He's really calmed down. And
so comfortable.
Yeah.
Now 13 ahead.
Dwayne Kiltz, your top seed. Out of the two bowlers, Nick Heilman's a little more well-known throughout the United States just because he's coming off a team championship. He's going to get an eagle for winning team event at the USBC Open Championships, one of the hardest years last year. Now here's Kiltz.
The hold.
Oh,
he got
break.
it. He got it. The
What
fans
a
like that
break.
one. Nice shot there.
Good response to the fortuitous bounce by Kiltz. Heilman put the strike up. He's only got 226 left. Whereas Kiltz has 249.
We do have a packed house here at Maple Lanes, Waterloo, Iowa. So we get a look. Nick Heilman trying to make it a match. Needs a double here.
Good job.
So possible 226 left. Dwayne Kiltz is going to be up in the 9th frame. Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Dwayne Kiltz. 33 years old.
Oh.
7-pin. That count is important, Mike. So that can give him 228 off the page. And step up in the 10th, needing a double and 9 to win the whole thing. In his case, $3,720.
Covers it nicely.
So 228 max score for Kiltz. Heilman can shoot 226, as you mentioned, Lee. So Kiltz controls his destiny. Nick Heilman sits on the bench, anxiously awaits. 10th frame, Fusion Realtors, Maple Lanes.
Got it.
There's the first one. Dwayne Kiltz has bowled 51 career 300 games, 28 800 series, but no more important shots in his career than this one right here. One of the strongest fields this young man has ever competed against. PBA exempt touring pros have bowled this event this weekend. Amateur Megabuck champions and Rob Gottschall, Rick Miller. The list goes on and on. This strike here to seal it.
Oh, he
Big
pulled
four.
it. Oh. Leave. What does that leave us? Anything?
Well, he can make it to count again.
216.
Important. 2 is 216, which will make Nick Almond double.
Wow. Drama.
Count very important here. Important to get the 2. He does. So Nick Heilman, young man, you can go up and you can throw a double to take home the Fusion Realtors 2013 Open. Joe Engelkiss and his fine staff, if you want to find out how to enter this tournament next year, just do a little search for the Greater Iowa Bowling Association and you'll find this tournament. You'll find Joe Engelkiss and he'll tell you how to sign up for it. But right now, it's the completion, the last frame of this event. Nick Heilman, 10th frame.
Oh, he got the first one.
He didn't even like it.
No, I thought it was.
Stepped out of the shot.
Yeah.
Crowd looking on. There's a lot of Kilts fans here. For all the marbles, he needs it.
Oh, and he got it.
Nick Heilman is going to be your champion. The crowd looks stunned. I didn't know what else to say there, guys.
I don't know if the crowd knew what was going on. It's real hard to see the scores when you're far away.
It is. It is.
Yep,
So now
110.
just keep it behind the foul line. Still have that possibility of a tie, Lee, if there was a gutter here?
I'm not worried about it.
Okay, good. Lee is not worried about it, so we know we don't have to worry about it.
That's a winner.
Either. There you have it, your champion. The 2013 Fusion Realtors here at Maple Lanes, Waterloo, Iowa. Nick Heilman, he's had success recently. I'm going to go down, I'm going to interview him. Be right back here in just a moment with an interview with our champion, Nick Heilman. Okay, guys, I'm here with our champion here at the 2013 Fusion Realtors here at Maple Lanes, Nick Heilman. Nick, you've had a lot of success recently. Your game's really gone up, and you just won that eagle with that team championship at the USBCs last year. That's going to be cool to grab that eagle. But you win today here at the Fusion Realtors, boasting a field of over 180 of the greatest bowlers in the Midwest. What's it feel like to be our champion?
It's kind of surreal right now. Hasn't really set in, kind of like the same with the Eagle for Nationals. It'll set in when you get there next year. You'll kind of set in the months go for this, and coming back and always having that on the list as a past champion for this will be the coolest part about it.
You had to beat Mike Peters and then Dwayne Kiltz. Dwayne got off to an okay start, but you flagged a single pin spare. What was going through your mind right there once that happened?
I wasn't too excited about that spare attempt, especially because I just flagged one the game before against Mike Peters, even though that didn't mean anything. And then the next two frames, I left a 4-7 or another 7 pin, and debate whether you should start hooking at it. But my spare shooting's been good all weekend. I just had those two kind of hiccups, so just stayed with it, and luckily they went on track.
Yeah, you never gave up. About halfway through the match, you started finding your groove. What did you do differently halfway through the match when you started striking?
It was hard because especially the right lane had a real dry spot that you got it too early and it would set. And then there's still it felt like some carry down in the middle, so you can't get easy with your hand. You have to keep it in the middle, but if you're easy with it, then it just flat tens, like I almost 8-10 on 12 that one time, which wouldn't have really surprised me if it did, but it was just trying to keep the ball in and not let it ever touch out to that dry.
You had a couple of Mean Streak Brawlers in your bag, good benchmark balls for flatter lane conditions, this 3.6 to 1 oil ratio. What did you think of the pattern this week overall?
I thought it was, it was a little higher scoring than the rest of the Fusions have been. It was still fun. It suits me with my little bit slower ball speed. The shorter patterns are always a little bit more troublesome, and I've been bowling well lately, so I thought it would match up a little bit. Kind of like Nationals again. Didn't really have it as a dream to win this. Just wanted to make cut, wanted to bowl good all weekend, and whatever happened after there happened. So excited about it, and it'll be a fun trip home.
One of my last questions here, you guys are going to be going in to defend that USBC Open Championships team title. Do you guys think you can win back-to-back years?
Well, we didn't think we could win the first year going in. Last year we wanted 3250 was about what we wanted, and we'll wait till the pattern comes out and we'll practice on it. And we're not going to have the expectations of winning again because we didn't have those expectations. I think that's just kind of setting yourself up for a letdown. All we can do is hope to be bowling and throwing the ball as good as we can at that time. And if you get the breaks, we'll possibly have another chance. If you don't, you got to make the most of what's out there.
You've had a lot of fans watching. Any shout-outs back home or any companies to thank?
I'd like to thank Brunswick, first of all. Been on the staff with them for almost 6 or 7 years now, I think. It's been fantastic balls, first with Frank Marisi, now Jason Guest, so huge thanks to them. And everybody back in lacrosse. We'll see you soon, I guess.
There you have it. That's your champion, Nick Heilman. Congratulations. Happy to call you a champion, sir.
Okay, guys, back in the booth here, just running around doing it all. We've seen a lot of great competition this week, and we've seen great bowlers. We've had a lot of great guests here in the booth as well. We want to definitely thank you for joining in and watching us on the phone as we talked to Jason Belmonte yesterday. He is your 2013 USBC Masters champion. Congratulations to Jason Belmonte. Lee Boudouris, great work this week, man.
Thanks, sir.
Great work with updating all the scores down below for us.
Yeah.
Taking care of business, calling the action, keeping us on task all weekend on point. It's been an absolute blast to work with you this weekend, Lee.
Yeah. All right.
I agree with you.
Lee is fantastic. And Lee Boudouris has his own fan club on Facebook. I'm just kidding, but we might do that soon. And, of course, Adam Barta, I'm not going to fire Lee. I don't care if you ask me to ever again. It's not going to happen, Adam Barta. Now, Matt Turek, great working with you as well this weekend, sir.
Thanks, Mike.
Progressing along nicely. It's been 3 weeks in a row he's been out on the road with me as the Mike Flanagan Tour has gone all over the place, to Dubuque, Iowa, to Cleveland, Ohio, and to here. You also see me working for Extra Frame at times as well, and hopefully I'll be doing some more of that in the near future. I want to thank all of the great sponsors of this event, and I'd like to just mention them one more time. As I refer to my sheet, there's so many to mention. The Fusion Realtors, Zach, it is really feeling like coming up here and being part of family when I come to these events. It's like my second home. And Fusion Realtors, Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Cedar Valley Sports Commission, Brunswick, Waterloo Implement, Kingpin Lounge here inside Maple Lanes. Beautiful place. You guys had pizza. I had some boneless wings. They had these little mozzarella things today, too. They were really outstanding. Check those out if you come by the center. Of course, Fran's Pro Shop just behind us here, and the Budweiser family of beers. I am Mike Flanagan. These are my cohorts, partners in crime. I want to thank all of our guests this weekend as well that have come into the booth. We get the best guests in the business, and we get the best chatters in the business as well. If you're not connected with us on social media, please do us a favor. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube. I want to thank Brian Burkhart back home for all of his help that he's been giving us remotely from out on the road here. And I know that Brian's been watching, and we appreciate all of your expertise and assistance this week. So with that, it's the end of our broadcast. We know we'll be back for the IB Open, April 27th and 28th in St. Louis at Tropicana Lanes. Randy Peterson will be joining our broadcast. We're really looking forward to that. But before that, I'm sure we'll find one or two events that will take people up on their offer. We haven't ironed out those details yet, but if not, we'll definitely see you at the IB Open. We truly appreciate being able to sit here and call bowling action for all of you at home. We do always never take this for granted.
Never.
And with that, that's going to call it a day for us. Nick Heilman, your 2013 champion here from Maple Lanes. Great event. I suggest you sign up and bowl next year. For these two guys, the whole staff here at Maple Lanes, I'm Mike Flanagan. Good evening, and we will see you on our next broadcast.